This is one of my absolute favorite products to review because it's pretty good value and it makes life a lot more convenient. Good afternoon, welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm Reese of the 4-piece variety of Wooks Triple XL. And we have the Blackview MP200, Blackview being one of the newest mini PC manufacturers out of China. And yeah, they're bringing some actually kind of sick value. This particular unit caught my eye because it has an i5 12450H, that's right, a laptop processor. Basically, this is a modified laptop motherboard with 16 gig RAM and a 512 gig SSD out of the box for $9K. It's kind of amazing in that price. They're also boasting 3 4K displays because the Type-C up front has like Thunderbolt capabilities as well. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's also got pass-through cooling. There's full copper cooling on it as well. Anyway, let's go through what's in the box. So you obviously get the unit itself. You get a really nice little stand that comes with it. You get an HDMI 2.0 cable, 4K capable, obviously, because it's advertised as being a 4K setup. That's what they're going for. And then you get the big old 120 watt adapter along with it. So yeah, it's kind of a nice package that it comes with. The fact that it comes with the stand, and it looks really, really, really nice on the stand. Blackview there in the top corner, just nicely embossed over there in gold as well. And I don't normally like gold things. I think they kind of look chintzy, to be honest, but it looks good in this facet. And then in the front, you're going to notice there's your 3.5mm jack. You've got dual USB 3s and then that Type-C below that. And if you look on the left-hand side, that is the vent opening. And then on the back end, you can see where it comes through with that full copper heatsink stack over there. The cooling in this is somewhat overkill, honestly, for this. And so it's been made for doing things like long-term rendering, which is pretty sick. Then right at the top over there is like a little reset button with 2 more USB 3s below that, your display port and HDMI with RJ45, and then the input for the power. This thing also has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi 6E, all built into this little chassis. Then it's got a 2-screw opening on the bottom, so you only have to remove those 2. And then the side pops off to reveal your RAM, your SSD, and then a 2.5-inch bay as well. So you can upgrade the SSD on this to probably about 4 TB on that slot because 12th gen. And then you could have another 4 TB 2.5-inch drive with a spinning or SSD. It's going to be up to you, and you can upgrade the RAM. As you know, might notice it's only got a single DIMM of 16 gig, which I'm in 2 minds about, right? Because you can upgrade to 32, but then it's not dual channel, which is, So yeah, it was kind of advertised this as being a gaming PC, but I don't know how, because it's just Intel HD graphics, not Intel Arc, so it doesn't have any Xe cores, unfortunately, which I hope they put into the new version, because there's more than enough cooling here. I barely heard the fan. There was absolutely nothing to record, but the multi-threading performance in Cinebench, quite impressive. Single core performance as well, very, very good. So I think this would be, based on that, actually quite good at doing like basic Adobe Suite, especially like Prem and Photoshop. It'll probably eat through that. DaVinci Resolve, anything in that sort of line, and you'd even be able to, with 32 gig RAM, to like edit 4K footage off of here. Probably no problems, which is kind of cool. And if you put a 2.5-inch SSD in the other slot, and you edited off of that and left the main SSD to just run the app in your OS, it would be pretty fluid. So it can't game, unfortunately, but there is one way that we can use it to play games. Because of the miracles of Steam streaming, you can hook it up to your 4K TV and play games through that. So yes, you could use this as a media hub to stream your games to. Let me just take it out of the stand because it's being otherwise. You could use this little box as like a full-on media hub and then stream anything you wanted in 4K. Absolutely no problems, which is very, very cool considering this cost 9,000 Rand. They're already sold out on the Evetech store, and I can't say I'm surprised. This has to be one of the best value mini PCs around. I especially love the way that they finished this with like this rubberized coating and stuff on it. The overall build is pretty damn good. It doesn't look terrible at all. It doesn't feel cheap at all either. And that multi-threading performance, they're getting the most you could possibly hope to get from a 12450H. It does come with quite a big brick for 120 watt, but that should be quite easily replaceable if you do lose it. You should be able to replace that if it does pop. And it comes with a basic, cable. This could have been a 3-prong, but it's just a clover, so easily replaceable as well. I really like it. I love products like this. When I did the NUC 9 Extreme, I was like, if this is the future of mini PC, I'm really behind it. And now that we have Intel XeSS, I actually managed to get like 30 FPS on F123 with this with this Intel UHD graphics card, which is not even an ARC. So if you have like a newer processor, one of the Ultra series in here with some proper Xe cores, you could be looking at a mini PC for gaming even for 9,000 Rand. That's the part that just blows my mind with this. I would love to have this upgraded to 32 and 1 TB NVMe, and I would probably even use this to do streaming. If you want to do a dual PC setup for streaming, because of all these USBs, you can just attach something like a Cougar Envision to this, capture from your PC, and then take all the streaming load onto the processor over here. It will eat through something like that. You probably only use like 30-40% of the total CPU for like value over here, even with this current unit. So do I like it? Yes, I like it a lot. Are there any things that I would change on this? No. Just give me a newer Ultra series processor, because now that I've used those and I know the Xe graphics can actually play games, that would be nice. But until then, I'll just keep streaming those games through to my 4K TV because of the Wi-Fi 6 in here. Flippin' awesome, mate. One thing that I will note about this, just as a heads up, Windows does treat this like a laptop because of that 12450H and because of all the integrations that they've got with the scheduler. Windows 11 does think that this is a laptop CPU. So when you are setting it up, make sure to put it in high performance mode in the main settings panel, but you need to go into the control panel and do it in that power option as well to make sure that it's set on high performance, and then you should be able to get the performance that I've shown you in this review. Anywho, that is all I've got for you on this Blackview MP200. If you've enjoyed it, hit us up with a like and subscribe. And Uncle Evetech, if this goes missing, it wasn't me.